Bermuda Triangle. We've all heard of it. You all know some theories and conspiracies. Aliens, bubbles, or interdimensional tears in the fabric of the space-time continuum. But most of us may not know the story of the other Bermuda Triangle, the Dragon's Triangle.
Let's start by talking about the Bermuda one, also known as the Devil's Triangle, not to be confused with the Devil's Sea, or Hurricane Alley. This is a rough region in the Atlantic Ocean, famous for disappearances. The triangle has points at Bermuda, UK, Miami, Florida, and San Juan in Puerto Rico, USA. It engulfs almost the entire of the Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos Islands, and the Sargasso Sea, along with a good portion of the Atlantic.
Some of the most well-known events regarding the Bermuda Triangle include the disappearances of the USS Cyclops, Flight 19, Ellen Austin and the Mary Celeste, El Faro, and the search crew set out to find Flight 19 after it vanished. The cargo ship SS El Faro was the most recent one, going missing on the 1st of October 2015. It carried containers and 33 people going from Jacksonville, Florida to San Juan, Puerto Rico. In the middle of its journey, it went into a giant hurricane that lasted only out and vanished without a sign.
The USS Cyclops disappeared in 1918 after setting sail from Salvador, Brazil on the 22nd of February with no stop scheduled, carrying manganese ore. It was scheduled to arrive in Baltimore, Maryland on the 13th of March, but it never arrived. Brilliant. On the 3rd of March, however, it made an unannounced stop at Barbados, reporting engine troubles, possibly due to it being very overloaded with the ore from Bahia. It set sail again the next morning and was never seen again. Her two sisters were also lost within the Bermuda Triangle. There was no distress signal sent, no wreckage, no flare, and none of the ingoing calls were answered by those on board. It is not known what happened, and no storm or natural disaster was reported to have happened at the time. Another well-known disappearance, after a simple practice exercise went wrong off the coast of Florida on the 5th of December 1945. The flight of 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers, each piloted by one, with a crew of an additional 1 or 2, making a total of 14. They took off from Fort Lauderdale for a routine bombing exercise over the Hen Chicken Shoals before flying out over the sea a little and returning. They, just like the Cyclops, were never seen again. The disappearance is attributed by the Navy investigators to navigational error, leading to the aircraft running out of fuel. The very same day, just 2 hours later, a rescue aircraft, a PBM-5 Mariner called BUNO 59225 to be specific, was sent out to find them, only to be lost itself. Its disappearance is said to be because of a mid-air explosion, but it is also unknown. Similar to the others, no wreckage was ever found despite thorough searches of the sea and seafloor. A total of 27 lives were lost that day.
The Dragon's Triangle, also known as the Devil's Sea, not to be confused with the Devil's Triangle, Mano Umi in Japanese, and the Taiwan Triangle. This is a rough region in the Pacific Ocean, famous for disappearances. The triangle has undefined points, often said to have one around Tokyo and another near the Japanese Isle of Yap. It engulfs the entire of the Izu Islands, often regarded as the center of the mystery. Some say it is in fact not a triangle, but a funny quadrilateral with an extra dangerous red dot. The triangle is said to be unsafe by the Japanese Coast Guard and Navy who sail around it.
The more known events surrounding the Devil's Sea include disappearances of the MV Derbyshire, the attacks of the Mongol Empire on the Japanese archipelago, and parts of the Japanese and American naval fleets. The MV Derbyshire is one of the most well-known events in the region, having vanished in a typhoon. It is believed it was the storm that was responsible, as it took pieces off one by one until the first compartment was flooded and the ship gradually went down in a calculated under 2 minutes. Each hold individually imploded under the pressure, sucking it down to watery depths. It is no wonder there were no survivors or calls.
Behind the triangles vary greatly. from interdimensional portals and aliens to magnets and bubbles. Some even connect the Bermuda Triangles, suspicious activity, with the lost city of Atlantis. Some of the most widely accepted ideas include gigantic methane bubbles rising from the seafloor, engulfing ship's hull, as well as strange mists and weather, road waves, and undersea magnets messing up compasses. Some even believe the Gulf Stream is the cause. For those unaware, rogue waves are huge, tsunami-like waves that occur far out to sea, especially in the North Sea and the West Atlantic Ocean. They are widely disputed throughout the scientific communities, and until quite recently were regarded as only a theoretical occurrence. Most denied their existence until 1995, when a satellite saw an 18.6 meter wave called the Dropner wave. Rogue waves are not caused by earthquakes and can reach a height of 25 meters, taller than an 8-story building. Methane bubbles are caused by large pockets of the gas rupturing deep beneath the surface. The pressure shoving the gigantic bubble to the surface, even right under a boat. They are a rare phenomenon and are a much less likely explanation than the rogue wave theory. The final two Bermuda theories are that of human error, suggesting it was all a big coincidence.
He went. They said we've both been dancing all this time. What a coincidence!
And the fact that the floor of this part of the sea has very heavy deposits of magnetite, messing up compasses and confusing aircraft pilots and marine helmsmen.
Some even say tsunamis are responsible, though this is proven impossible. Tsunamis have occasionally been blamed, though anyone with an understanding of these would know at a glance that it is impossible for these to be held accountable. Tsunamis travel through the ocean at very fast speeds, but they are stretched out below the surface of the sea. They also have very long wavelength, meaning that a 2 or 1 meter maximum rise might not end for up to an hour out to sea. This would make them practically undetectable, causing absolutely no damage to anything on the surface, only being detected by the most sensitive scientific equipment.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye!